Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. We've talked about the importance of somebody supporting you in a journey of moving your life forward, and we're going to take a look at that journey now. Interestingly, how these two people, I detect, support each other through their different talents and modalities, starting with a woman that's been on the show quite a number of times before, and she's a doctor of naturopathy, certified body talk trainer and practitioner, certified nutritional counselor, also a master herbalist. Dr. Jackie Thomas Ali is back with us. How are you doing today?
And Peachy Keen. How are you, Mr. Steve?
Really good, really good. And you've invited
Good.
somebody to the party. Who's that?
Yes, I did. This is my love bun sister, Khadijah Renee Morgan. I just refer to her as Sister Khadijah Renee.
Beautiful. Welcome. How are you?
Namaste to everyone. I'm doing well. I can't complain. Involved in creative activities that keeps the soul on fire.
Doesn't it make you feel
Yes.
good when you can be creative?
Yeah. It's the
Yes.
stuff of life. It really is.
So your journey together, Dr. Jackie, how did that begin?
Oh, geez. I can't even remember the beginning. I can just remember, it's like once you get into it, in the pool, you just swim. And and so that's that's how I look at it, in that I was invited to her jazz performances, and I enjoy jazz. And she's done some things at her center involving um, new moon and full moon activities, and Reiki, and all of that. So it's like a combination.
When we say jazz, Khadijah, are you a jazz singer or you play an instrument?
I'm a vocalist, yes.
Oh, okay. And I detect that you have some roots with astrology. Would I be right there?
Mm, I guess we all do, but I'm mostly an energy healer and a light worker.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. But you're aware of, you keep tabs on the universe and like we talked about a new moon, full moon, things like that.
Yeah. Well, I recognize the connection of the human spirit to celestial bodies, definitely understanding the impact that they have on one another. And so we kind of try to stay in alignment with those energies as human beings upon the earth to keep ourselves balanced and whole. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
but listen,
Yeah.
Steve, I wanted to back up a little bit because Dr. Ali doesn't remember how we met, but I do.
Do tell, do tell.
Well, we met at this meeting that was being held at a restaurant venue that was at a train station, and the call was for healers to come together to try to build a network in the Philadelphia community so that we could
Oh.
approach the community in a way that they would know who's available to do what. And so I came as a Reiki master, and she came as a body talk technician, and that's how we met. And I was instantly drawn to her. That's how I found out what body talk
Wow.
was.
Wow,
Wow.
that you have a phenomenal memory. I had totally forgotten about that. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's the
Yes, yes,
feeling.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. You both seem to have been drawn together because you both use different modalities, call them metaphysical type modalities to help
Uh-huh.
heal people. Khadijah, I'm going to throw it to you. What's going on in the universe right now in terms of placement, planets, moons, anything that is on your radar?
Yes, I'm kind of vibrating with the energy of ascension towards fifth dimension energy, where the human being is transmuting from 3D to 5D,
Yep.
which means, we're supposed to be using our higher senses and our higher celestial body to kind of elevate from being strictly um, animal based, or what's the word? or passion-based entities, and we should be moving towards being more celestial in our beings, in our nature. In other words, we're moving towards a dimension that's closer to the source.
Yes.
And this is a long
Yes.
time coming. This
Yes.
is not just a, hey, last month the planets realigned.
No.
Many, many, many years in the making to get us to this ascension part, right?
Yeah.
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 Yes. Yes.
Is this what
Yes.
they would call the age of Aquarius? That's what I've
Indeed.
heard, and I find it somewhat fascinating, or not. Not a coincidence. Back in 1969, there was a group that had a big hit song called "The Age of
Age of
Aquarius,"
Aquarius. Yes.
and they were known as the fifth
Fifth
dimension.
dimension. Great tie-in, Steve. Great
Well,
tie.
I heard it as a kid. I'm like,
Coincidence.
you know, I don't know. There must have been a reason they came up with those two things. And here we are, 50 something years later talking about it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Khadijah, where would you place yourself between the third and the fifth dimension?
Well, I'm kind of above fifth dimension actually, but
I'm jealous.
but I try to stay grounded enough to assist those who want to ascend. And I have a wellness center that try to keep open to receive souls who want to heal their chakra systems so that they can receive the transitory codes and energies that's coming down from the universe. So I'm very much invested in the transitory period of
Wow.
3D to 5D.
Hmm. What would you say best describes being in the fifth dimension or above it or where just in that zone?
Yeah, I know for me, my hearing has definitely increased to the fact that I can hear sounds and voices from other dimensions, and I can feel the presence of energies from other dimensions. I haven't had any inter-alien visitations yet, but I'm hoping to.
That you are aware
That I'm
of.
aware of. I mean,
Hmm.
Yes.
but I think I'm trying to find my star family, whether it be the Palladians or Arcturians. I'm not. They seem to resonate with me, but
We just crossed past my wheelhouse right there. I'm aware of the fifth dimension, heard of it, and all of that. By the way, this is we're not talking about 5G on your phone, so get rid of that. There's no 5G conspiracy here or anything like that going on. Um, Dr. Ali, what do you think about this? Is this on your radar?
Um, Absolutely. However, I find myself just going with the flow, knowing that as as the time is what it's to be, things line up as they should. And I just I meditate, chant whatever helps to keep me aligned, but know that right now I'm having human experiences
Hmm.
that sometimes can be a bit interesting. I'll just call it that. Interesting.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
is personally in the last maybe 2 weeks or so. I've just gotten, I'm in a different mindset, like
Uh-huh.
clarity in situations, clarity in relationships. Um, I don't mean this in a negative way, but I just don't care anymore. Like things don't to support me. I'm like, just go. I don't want to deal with that. It's kind of a newfound freedom where I would let
Yeah.
things, weigh on
Yeah.
me. Where it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm good.
Yeah.
We're gonna move past that
Yeah.
now. Faster,
Yeah.
faster than, and I don't know if it's interplanetary or something going
Don't
on.
try to get into your head and analyze it.
Eh,
Just go with the flow of it. Just go with the flow.
yeah, yeah,
Now, I'm going to switch gears just a little bit here
sure.
because I really would like Sister Khadija Renee to talk about and share the jazz things.
she
Would you
never
do?
lets me get away with
No,
talking
no, no,
about my
no, no, no.
creative side, Steve.
Yes, because it brings such joy. It brings joy to my heart, and I know that it brings joy to other people. And she's not only the experience, but she's got something coming up real soon
Hmm.
that I would like if she doesn't mind to share and expound on it.
Okay.
What are you hiding? Bring it on here.
As we mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm a jazz vocalist, but and I've been doing jazz for 30 plus years in and around the tri-state region of Pennsylvania. But I decided to, you know how in the acting field, the actors step from in front of the camera to go behind the camera to become directors.
Hmm.
Well, I've decided to come from in front of the mic to in back of the mic. So now I'm producing jazz events.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Deeper detail, please.
Well, for the past year plus, I've been planning the first ever 3-day jazz festival in a community in Philadelphia called Germantown. Very historic area. You know, it had the Battle of Germantown where the Civil War battles were fought, and it's a very diverse community in at the top of Philadelphia, Northwest Philadelphia. And it's kind of like a second home for me because it's been a home for jazz for decades.
Yes.
I'm going to revitalize that area by creating the first ever 3-day jazz festival this coming weekend, April 25th to the 27th.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Mm.
Wow. Now when you say, Kadisha, that you sing jazz, I believe many of us have a different view of what they would describe jazz is. What are some of the artists you sing? Do you sing originals? What's your passion?
Yeah, I'm a cool original jazz enthusiast. You know, when I say cool, I mean COOL, not KOOL. Cool jazz or real jazz as it's also called. So the jazz of the 40s and the 50s is where my heart lies. Like I love Count Basie and
Hmm.
Louis Armstrong with Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah and Billy and Dinah, all those great artists from the 50s who just created this form of music that took fire across the world is the kind of music that I am involved in intrinsically.
Isn't there just something magically special about music from that time period? And even if you look at change genres for a second, even country, we have today's country, I get it. But if you go back to some of the country stars of the 70s, that was a whole different type of vibe and feel. Same thing with jazz. When you take it back to the 60s and the 50s, it's like I can't even describe it. It was so organic, natural, raw, just a different energy that came from it.
That's an excellent observation, Steve. And the music was ascending, ascending above the harsh realities of daily life in this country. There was racism, there was oppression, there was war, there was feminism, and there was, the cry out for justice and equality, civil rights, and murders of our presidents and
Mm.
leaders. But yet, jazz music just kept rising above all of that negative energy to create something that the world, uh, you know, just acclaimed and loved around the world. It was like a glue that glued people together. You go anywhere in the world and they love jazz everywhere.
I never saw it that way. In that jazz is uplifting, but if you look at blues, sing the blues, that it looks at more maybe more of a reality, and you can feel the emotion where jazz kind of just uplifts you. Just that you've got wings when you listen to jazz. The other night I was listening to on the blue side, if you want to call it that, Rainy Night in Georgia, Brooke Benton.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I can listen to it over and over again. I feel like I'm in the boxcar with the dude. I mean, it's just like it just
Yeah,
that music of that period, 60s, that was early 70s and back, it just connected with you in a way I can't even describe. I don't even know how to put it into words.
yeah. So they say jazz is the music of the intellectual, because
I got to
it's
start
so
listening to more jazz.
energetic. Yeah, because
Wow.
it's a mental music. You have to be willing to create and expand upon what you've created. Like I can take a Billie Holiday song and I can sing it my way
Hmm.
and still stay in the structure of the song and create something altogether new.
Interesting point, because I still play music on the radio, and every once in a while I'll do a feature called Under the Covers, and it will be an original and the cover version of it.
Yeah.
And sort of what you're describing, but it's different. It's different versions. But I see your comparison where you're singing the same jazz song, but you're still in the same room, so to speak. It's the energy imprint still seems to be retained when it's jazz. I don't know how that works. I don't know what's going on there, but it is magical.
And also, I love the fact that how it brings all kinds of diverse people together. And that's
Mm,
the purpose of my festival this coming weekend in Germantown, is to bring diverse cultures together for one cause, to enjoy the magic healing that
wow.
jazz causes, because it causes you to forget about your problems. It's not blues. It's a
Yeah.
different kind of music. It takes you above your problems and it causes you to seek something higher. So we're going to have a 3-day festival starting on Friday, and we're bringing in some great artists from the Philadelphia region who have made names for themselves that maybe may not be as well known. Like Robert Landum is a wonderful alto saxophonist who played with Count Basie's band, you
Wow.
know, and
Wow.
Alfie Pollard was the pianist for Teddy Pendergrass for decades at the Philadelphia National Records, you know.
Oh,
So in
oh, I love
Philadelphia,
him.
we have great jazz artists that live here in Philadelphia that's gone above and beyond, you know, the margins of success. So I'm featuring them on Friday, April the 25th at the Germantown Friends Meeting House in Germantown.
Wow. Wow. That's got to be so exciting for you to see that all come together.
It is, it is. And I don't know if you've heard the name Bobby Watson, but he's a great alto saxophonist, and he's also going to headline for us on Saturday night at the First Presbyterian Church in Germantown.
Wow.
So he's Saturday night, and then Sunday we're bringing in an NEA Jazz Masters led group called the Cookers on Sunday at the Now Cafe in Germantown. So this is a Germantown event, but we're hoping that it's going to spread beyond Germantown and um, become a regional attraction.
It was
Wonderful.
a lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of work on Khadija Renee's part, as well as the team that she worked with to have things come together and make
Hmm.
adjustments as needed.
Wow.
Yes.
I want to pivot for just a moment because Kadisha, you are a energy healer practicing Reiki. Do you believe that when music is produced or you're singing, you're infusing it with a certain energy?
Okay,
Is that the
okay,
magic?
okay,
Is
okay.
that the magic secret? Is that the secret?
Didn't want everybody to
Okay,
know that when I
okay,
get them all
okay.
together, I'm going to send out Reiki energy into the audience.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the underlying conspiracy that I have going here. I'm going to try to send healing energy out to everybody that comes to these events.
Mm.
You know, to try to affect the masses.
I don't understand why that's not done more often. You know, you have a stadium. Why not have somebody who does Reiki do something to send the positive energy out to, I don't know,
Oh,
20,000 people or whatever it's going to be? Why not?
Yeah,
who knows?
we can
That
start it. We can start the trend, Steve.
yes,
Seriously,
yes,
so
yes,
is it that everybody has to be open to receive it?
No, because your spirit will receive it whether you're open to receive it or not. You know,
Oh,
the spirit always wants to be in unison with source.
see,
yes.
that's a lesson for me because I thought that you can't really do Reiki on anybody. You can't do any kind of energy healing um, unless they give permission. Call it that.
I heard, but we're talking about on the conscious level, though, Steve. Somebody can say no consciously, but unconsciously they want it very, very badly, and they need it very badly. They just don't want to say it or admit it because that means they're subjecting themselves to their own vulnerability. But the truth of the matter is, every soul wants to be realigned with its source and balanced with its source.
And
But
this is why I see the two of you are aligned because the wonderful woman over on this side is a body talk practitioner. And what you're saying is what she does, identifying what your body really wants, even though you may be saying in your mind, no, 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 no. Your body's not gonna lie. Body's not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Interesting. Wow. Uh, do you have you both done your modalities upon each other? Like, for example, Kadisha, has she done Reiki on you, Dr. Ali, and vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, I just can't live without my body talk. It's been such a guiding force in my life. So, and she's come to my healing center and experienced Reiki, and we do chakra balance healing with the crystal sound bowls.
Mm,
Yeah.
So everything that I offer, Dr. Lee takes advantage of, and when she offers, I take advantage of it. We keep each other balanced and healed.
well,
Yeah.
hmm.
Because
Uh,
this world is very unique
Very good
and
point.
very different. So we it's important for us to be in a place where we can handle what comes our way.
well, I believe when you ascended and you've come to that point that things don't bother you as much. Would I be in the territory of accuracy in saying that when you've come to that, fifth dimension ascension, Khadijah, things don't bother you the same way?
Just because you understand what's going on. You understand, and so
Yes.
you're functioning within that understanding. You can't get upset and stressed about something that is is occurring outside of your purview or your power. If you understand what's happening, then you can mediate your way through it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well, sharing what I mentioned when we first got started with whatever's going on now, and I said that yeah, I don't things won't bother me like they used to. I just like, yeah, let it move, whatever,
mhm.
move forward. Maybe I have a toe into the fifth dimension. Maybe that's what's going on there.
Yeah, I think you are ascending, Steve.
It's about time. Wow. Wonderful talking with both of you. And you both offer healing and insight and all of that. And before we go any further, Khadijah, again, Germantown, give us location details.
Okay. Well, I would advise people to go to my website, www.germantownjazzfestival.com, all one word, and they can learn everything all about the festival, and they can buy tickets, even make a donation to the cause if they like. So
Nice.
that would be the best way. But we're kicking off this Friday at, the Quakers are very big here in Pennsylvania, Steve. They did a lot of founding and establishing of communities here in Philadelphia. And
Yes.
Sure.
Philadelphia has a pretty big Quaker population.
Yes.
They have their own school and they have meeting houses all over Philadelphia. And
Yes.
there's one in Germantown, and they are donating their space for the festival because they believe in the power that it will have to
Wow.
bring people together. So we're grateful to them for letting us have our opening concert there this Friday night at 5 p.m., 47 West Coulter Street in Germantown, Philadelphia. That's
Beautiful.
Friday. This Friday, Steve.
Mm. Let's see if I can make a road trip. Oh,
Well, you know
yeah.
what? On Sunday, we're doing a concert at a place called the Nile Cafe. They have a grand hall, and we're live streaming that.
Oh, cool.
So
Mm.
you can go, I think you can go online and buy a ticket that's connected to a live streaming source.
The performer who's performed with Teddy Pendergrass, when is he going to be performing?
That's Friday.
That's
Alfie
right.
Pollard,
Wow. Oh, Teddy
composer,
Pendergrass. Oh my gosh. Like love TKO. Whoa.
I rest his
Uh,
soul.
yeah, right. Oh, so many great
Yeah.
songs. I was at the gym 2 days ago listening to I Don't Love You Anymore. I don't know if you remember that one. I
Yeah.
don't love you
Love you
anymore. I can't
anymore.
sing. It's so good. She can sing. I can. Um, Dr. Ali, what is your website? Somebody wants to get in touch with you, learn more about this body talk thing we're talking about and more. How do we do that?
My website is earthlyessence.life. Life. Earthlyessence.life.
Gotcha. And Khadijah, do you have a website outside of the jazz festival you might want to share?
Yes. Well, I'm a psychotherapist, and my therapy website is www.morgantherapeuticservices.com if people want to learn more about me and what I do to heal. My wellness center is called the Energy Healing Center of Philadelphia, and that's the same website, Energy Healing Center of PHL.com. If you want to, register for a Reiki session, a healing session, you can go to that website. And then I have my jazz. So.
I love it. You guys are so grounded. Just like I can see you. It's so connected. Like, really. I get it. I get it. Thank you for
All
being here today.
right.
Good luck with the Jazz Festival. Very exciting. And Dr. Ali, thanks for bringing her on board today and
Oh,
give us some
Steve, thank
insight
you
here.
so much for having us, for helping, for supporting, for seeing the vision, support, and I mean, just thank you for being you.
I just do my thing, and it's my honor and pleasure. And by the way, I love live music. I'm going to even ask my
Hmm.
friend. I'm in New York. We go every week to see live music. There
All
hasn't been a week,
right.
I don't know, and sometimes multiple times, but at
Yeah.
bare minimum, this past weekend, oh gosh, at least three different bands. And they
Wow,
just,
cool.
yeah, I'm not messing around. I love it. There's just, and you know what it is? Not aside from the music, the energy in the room, the energy at the venue,
Uh-huh.
that collective vibe and feeling of everybody enjoying something at the same time. It's just a high vibration and
Yes.
I feel it. Thank you both for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nice to meet you, Steve.
You too.
All right.
All right.
Bye
Thanks. We'll
bye.
be back next
All
week.
right.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.